Hello, this is Chris, and today I'm going to walk through the gRoam application on Android for bulk fuels and lubricants. Today I'll show you lubricants delivery in both bulk and package delivery goods. So I'll start by logging in, and you'll see that the only thing I can do is start my trip. So the application says that it's running pre-trip test to make sure everything is good and everything passed. So the first thing I'll do, I've got my truck already entered in there as T200. I'll find my trips. It found one trip for me. I'll enter the odometer. Check that I did a safety inspection. I have an option to build a load for my orders. When I do that, that'll take all the orders and total up the line items for the orders and create one load ticket. So if I have 5 orders for 100 gallons of 5W20, it'll tell me that I need to load 500 gallons of 5W20. I'll click next. This shows the quantities that we think are in inventory on the truck. I'll go ahead and zero these out so I can show you loading the truck. So assuming it's a typical lubricants truck, they usually unload those at the end of the day. It asks me how many meters are on the truck. I've got 1 meter on the truck. This is the starting totalizer. If you had an electronic meter like an LCR2, then we read those automatically. Otherwise, if it's in a mechanical mode, then the driver has to enter those. But our electronic integration reads it wirelessly. So I'll start the trip. The first thing the driver sees are any instructions that are across all the orders that they have to deliver. So a safety vest must be worn. Probably the bottom one is the key. You don't want a driver leaving a depot and not bringing a key with them if they need a key to access the property. So this is all done at the depot and they would see this, so that's just a good check for them. So I'll close that. This is my list of stops. The first thing is the load that I created. So I can tap and open that. I'll go ahead and start the load. So I'm going to load products here. And for packaged goods, I can go ahead and load as ordered. For bulk products, because you never always quite load the same quantity as the ordered quantity, then I need to enter that manually. So I'll select a location, select a supplier. I need 150 gallons for my deliveries. I'll go ahead and say that I've loaded 150 gallons. And you can see I've got one more product here that I need to load, so I'll select that. And I need 590 gallons, so I'll go ahead and say that I've loaded 590. If there was any quantity that was retained on the truck, you would see that in the onboard quantity. So now I'll save this. And I can go ahead and complete the load. That's going to put product on the truck, and we'll track the inventory on the truck, and a dispatcher can also see the inventory. So I don't have any comments, so I'll go ahead and close that. It puts the completed items at the bottom, and the things that are remaining, stops, activities, loads, etc., show in estimated time of arrival at the top. So I'll go ahead and tap the first delivery. There's instructions that the driver has to acknowledge before he can open the order. He can see the location on a map. If you have commercial maps enabled, we actually will navigate using the commercial profile of the truck, both the hazmat, the weight, the height, etc. So I can start this order, and I only have one product on the order. This is a bulk product, so I'll show you the bulk delivery. So it asks me before I deliver what the starting meter value is. Usually you should zero out your meters before you start a delivery, so I'll start at 0. You can scan a barcode, or you can view the list of undelivered assets at that location. So this customer has 2 products that fit that product line. So I'll go ahead and deliver to this tank. So I've gone ahead and delivered. Now, because I'm in manual mode, it asks me to get the gallons, so it wants me to enter the ending quantity. So I delivered 150 gallons, and that's a total right there. So because I've delivered everything on this line item, it asks me if I want to go ahead and complete the order. I'll say yes. have the option to email a customer delivery receipt. I'll enter who signed it, and you can add multiple delivery receipts just by putting a semicolon and adding other emails on there. And I'll hand this to the customer to sign and complete that order. I'll go ahead and do the next one. So it tells me what the gate code is, if there's any other instructions. This has some packaged goods on it, so I'm going to deliver as ordered. It says that I haven't started the order. Do you want to start it? When I start the order, that marks the real time of arrival. Just opening the order does not start the order. So I've started it, and at this point it's going to go in and mark all the packaged goods as delivered as ordered. So this Toyota antifreeze case, 5 were ordered, 5 were delivered. I can always tap in and change that. So if I only delivered 4, then I'll just back out and say that I delivered 4, and you can enter a back ordered quantity as well. So if there's only 4 on the truck, then you can deliver that. So that shows that it in red because I didn't deliver everything that was ordered and it's a packaged good. For the bulk product, let's say that I'm not going to deliver the bulk product. I can tap this icon on the bottom and ask if I want to confirm that I didn't deliver it. The driver has to acknowledge every item on the order. So if you're not going to deliver it, you have to note that you didn't deliver it and just not skip over it. So now I've completed everything on the order. That's a packaged order. I'll go ahead. You'll see a few other items on the bottom here, a camera, a telephone, and the navigation. So I can navigate there. I can take and attach pictures to this order, one or many. So if there's a damaged piece of equipment or a damaged tank, I can show that. And if we have the phone number, then I can also call them as well. I'll go ahead and complete this order the same way. I'll say that Grant signed it. I'll hand this to the customer so that they can see what was delivered. And go ahead and sign it and complete that order. I have one order left. If I'm not able to make that order for whatever reason, I can tap this thumbs down and it asks if I want to reject the order. I can say yes. You can configure the reasons why you would reject an order. Typically it would be that you missed a delivery window or the customer was closed, and what happens is a dispatcher is going to get an email. That order will be back in an order well, and they would reassign it to a different trip, probably for the next day, so that they can make that delivery. So because I've rejected it, it came off of my list of stops. So all of my stops are done at this point. So I'll go ahead and end the trip. So if I want to offload any product, I can offload product. At this point I won't. Ask me how many meters, again, same question, and what my final meter totalizer is. So I'll enter a number that's not going to quite add up so that you'll see the checks that we have. So you can see that there's a 300-gallon difference between the starting and ending, but that there's also 150, we only delivered 150 gallons, so the driver has to record a reason for that. So and I'll go ahead and navigate through here and check that I did a safety inspection. You can see a summary of all these items as well, so you can see a summary of what was loaded, a summary of what was ordered, so on and so forth. And now I'll end the trip, and that completes my delivery, and my trip is over and the handheld is ready for the next driver.